Deep in the heart of the Whisperwood lived a family of adorable field mice. They were known throughout the forest for their kindness and generosity, but most of all, they were known for their cheese. Every year they made the most delicious cheese for the forest feast, an annual event where all the forest animals got together to celebrate the season and enjoy each other as company. This year, the mice were in charge of making the cheese for the feast, but they had a big problem. All their cheese was eaten by a family of hungry foxes who moved into the forest that year. The mice were devastated. Without the cheese, what would the forest feast be like, and how could they possibly repay the foxes for what they had done? Determined to make the best of the situation, the mice set out into the forest to find something else they could contribute to the feast. As they walked, they came across a clearing where a wise old owl was sitting in a tree. "Excuse me," said one of the mice, "but do you know what we could bring to the forest feast instead of cheese?" The owl looked at the mice and said, "Why don't you bring something that you have plenty of? Something like acorns?" The mice looked at each other. Acorns. That's what they had plenty of. In fact, every year they gathered acorns to store up for winter, and they had so many they didn't even know what to do with them. As the mice were happily gathering up the acorns, a loud voice boomed through the forest. "Hey, those are mine," said a grumpy badger who had been storing up the same acorns for winter. The mice were confused. If he didn't want the acorns, why didn't he use them for the feast? The badger just grumbled and walked away. The mice continued on their way, and soon they found a large family of deer. "Excuse me," said one of the mice, "but would you like some acorns?" The deer were delighted. They loved acorns, and they were so grateful to the mice for thinking of them. From that day on, the mice weren't just known for their cheese, they were known for their generosity and kindness, and they were proud to be part of such a giving community.